All right. All right. Whoa, Jason, did you hear that? Boy, hold on. Here we go. You know, I come in here in the morning, I think I got everything set up. I got everything rocking and rolling. And then it's always that one cable, Brother Jason. And it's hiding from me. And I don't even have you plugged in yet because you know why? I had you unplugged. But hold on, it's coming. I'm delaying the process this morning. Hold on. There we go. Welcome in.
Welcome.
This is part of the live production.
Love it.
There you go. Back in Fargo, I would have got fired for that, by the way. So thank you, Jason, for not firing me.
No.
Welcome in, everyone, as we get rolling on a new edition of Good Morning Huntsville. We are here, and thank all of you for tuning in and joining us. A very cool morning. I have a story about that here in a moment. I wanted to get your feedback as a parent, your unbiased, I hate to say it, but did I do wrong this morning feedback, okay? I need to talk about this because it did kind of hit my heart a little bit this morning as I dropped the children off. We are here, episode number 622, as we get rocking and rolling again on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. Welcome in, everybody, and a big thank you, as always, to Elliott's Jewelers, Elliott Herzlich. He's online at elliottjewelers.com for all of your jewelry needs. Elliott has been a number one supporter for us since we got started a long time ago, and of course, we couldn't be here on a Thankful Thursday without Pastor Jason Bay and here at First Baptist Church. Jason, as we get started, I'll bring on that conversation I want to have in a moment. Did I do wrong? And I think if you ever ask a question, if you did something wrong, then you probably did. So that's first and foremost. But I need some parental feedback. But before that, last night we had Fall Festival here. I was so thrilled just with the turnout. A lot of folks came, and what I love about that is just for the community, you know, of course for our church, but there's so many from the community that come as well. We saw so many faces of folks and children that don't even come to First that came, and we were able to bless them last night with games and with the Fall Festival.
It sure was. My kids just had a ball. It was so much fun. They loved that, dressing up, just having the opportunity to be a kid, you know, and play games and be in a safe environment. And they had won all kind of prizes and candy, and Deborah, just a shout out to Deborah, did a tremendous job of putting that together and does every year. And this year I think really was our best year yet. She has got it down to a fine art. She really is so organized with that, and it was a great night. Seeing a lot of people and from the community, and it was just good to be out and about.
I wanted to echo what you said with Deborah. It was so neat. I saw this as we came in. Everything was just running like clockwork. Mm. And I know if you're involved in something, you always see maybe one or two little things. But I'm going to tell you, I took a look at it from the outside looking in. I said, this thing is just awesome. Mm-hmm. And you're right. It ran. And I'm sure Deborah will say, well, we could have did this, because she's always looking to improve. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, if you're watching this morning, Deborah, you did a phenomenal job. It was so awesome. And just to see, it was like clockwork. I mean, every station – Everybody was there. They were doing the games. You know, we had a new family join the church, and he even brought his ukulele. They were just sitting there having fun playing. No one asked him to do that.
Right.
And I just love that folks are kind of, you know, taking ownership and bringing their talents to not just to the church, but also to events that we host. And I just loved last night. I loved the candy. My children were up and going strong until about 9:30. But they did – you have been teaching me about routine, Jason, and this I'll start to lead into this other conversation now. When Bridget has to work at 6 a.m., I typically try to get up every morning around 5, but to be honest, I usually don't fully get up until about 5:30. And so when Bridget has to go to work at 6, she leaves the house at like 5:45. As long as she leaves by 5:45, it only takes 10 minutes to get over to where she goes there at Creekside. So my routine, and you'll like this because you've been teaching me. I want you to know what you've been teaching me is working.
Sometimes the teacher needs to apply his own methods.
Well, I only have to do it times 2. Yours is times 10, so it's a little bit different. But this is the routine now, and I've got it down to a science. You know, I'm learning from you. I've learned from Deborah from the Fall Festival. If you do things to a science, it starts to work out. So when Bridget goes at 6. She leaves the house by 5:45. Right when she leaves, I get up, and I'll get Caden up. Now, I used to worry about this because I didn't want him crying, but he's at the age now to where as long as I've got him occupied, I can go do other things, and he will not be upset. So I will. This is how it works. I will get up. The first thing I will see, I've told you I got a routine. The first thing I will do is go into Braylon's room, turn off her sound machine. I don't know why we have to have these nowadays, but it's the
white noise.
So I turn that off. I turn on her light to her room. She's always wrapped up like a burrito in the sheet. And then she will kind of, and she doesn't want to get up. And I'll say, okay, baby, get up. And I'll just leave her room. I'll leave her alone, and I'll leave the light on. Then I will go get Caden. Caden will be upset when he sees me because he'll always say, I want mama, every time. But as soon as I pick him up, all that stops. I will carry. See, I've told you, I've got this down.
Way to go, Rob. I'm impressed.
I will carry him into the kitchen. We will get a yogurt and a straw, one of the drinkable yogurts. I will then proceed to take him into the bedroom. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I turn on the TV. So it's already playing. It's already got some little, Veggie Tale. Sometimes it's that Paw Patrol, whatever is the flavor of the day.
Right.
I will then set him in the bed with the pillows behind him because the mattress kind of raises up. So he is kind of in a laying/sitting position, kind of in between. I will then proceed to put the straw in the yogurt, hand it to him. He will cover up. He will begin to drink the yogurt. He is now fully engaged in the yogurt and in what's on the screen. Then I will proceed to take a shower. By the time I take a shower, Braylon is up and she is in bed with Caden. Then we're all good because she's awake. And then I get ready. I get Caden ready. He's always super easy. And then Braylon gets ready on her own now. And we are out. If I do that like clockwork, we are typically out the door by 6:45 in the morning.
Man, Rob, I'm impressed.
Thank you, Pastor. You did that for me.
No, I didn't do it because I have to admit, I'm thankful to my wife. She gets them ready and up for school and all of that for me every single morning. She does a tremendous job of that, so I'm thankful for that. Of course, mine are at the age now where they pretty much get themselves ready. Like you said, it's just a matter of going in and waking them up and getting them started. Some of them are harder than others, and it's usually the older ones that are the hardest to get up. But she does a tremendous job with that. But it is about routine.
I got to ask you this. I've always wondered if you can. I'm sure you can remember because this is going to bring up some PTSD. All right. How many did you have in diapers at one time? The most that you had at once in diapers?
It had to be 3.
3. So y'all were going through a lot of diapers.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man.
Thank goodness we're no more buying diapers. Praise the Lord. That's a raise. You get a raise when that happens.
Braylon is just in the pull-ups now at night, and she's been doing better. And I told her if she has 3 consecutive nights, then she doesn't have to wear them anymore. And so far she hasn't been able to do that. But she's working towards it because she's all excited in the morning. Daddy, nothing happened, But then you can tell she's kind of sad. I said, it's okay, baby. We'll try again tomorrow. We'll start a new streak.
Yeah, that's good.
So
you said we started this with so far you haven't admitted to anything that could potentially gone wrong.
I've been alluding something.
But there is a gone wrong segment to this story, so I'm waiting for it.
I know. I've been talking positive for a reason, Jason. We spent a little bit of time in Fargo, and I am a very, very, would you say, if you like the cold, does that mean you're cold-natured or warm-natured? I always forget the which one.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I know that you like the cold, and I don't.
I like the cold. This morning was 45 degrees. I didn't realize it was 40. I mean, to me, I thought it was like 55.
You're in shorts.
Well, I walk outside. And my children, I feel like, are the same way. They're always little sweat balls all the time. And Braylon will run around in her pull-up, before she gets ready. And she's like, I don't want to do this. And she even told me this morning, she said, I don't want to wear anything to school. I said, baby, you got to wear something to school. Caden's the same way. And so we get ready. Bridget already has Caden's shorts and T-shirt and shoes laid out for me. Braylon's a different story. And I told Braylon, I said, it's going to be cold this morning, Braylon. Pick something that's warm. And so she puts on some warm clothes and immediately says, I'm too hot, Daddy, and takes them all off. And she goes into shorts and a T-shirt and puts on sandals. And I said, Braylon, it's a little bit chilly outside. Well, she looks at me. She says, you're wearing shorts. I said, I know, because it's going to warm up today. Well, she proceeds to wear the shorts, wear the T-shirt and the sandals, and so does Caden. We go outside. I said, see, I told you it's cold. She goes, no, it's not. And I said, Caden, is it cold? He goes, no, Daddy. They seem to be perfectly fine. I didn't think about it, right? But this is where men and women are different. There's no men that work at that school.
Yeah.
So when I go in to drop off the children, the kids are fine. They're happy. I immediately, when I walk into that little cafeteria, all the kids are wearing long sleeve clothes and jackets and coats, and the women. And I get this look that I really messed up this morning.
You broke the rule.
And the first comment, and I appreciate the teachers because Miss Avery's awesome, but the first comment, where are their jackets? And I said, well, I guess it was that time that we spent in Fargo because they didn't want. Now, Caden didn't remember that.
Yeah.
But Braylon does. And, boy, I'll tell you. So my question is, and it was not windy. If it would have been windy, it would have been a different story, okay? And it's going to warm up to 70 today. So my question, Jason, did I do wrong this morning as a dad? I'm thinking because I'm asking that there is some conviction, and yes, I did. I should have packed a light jacket at least. So I don't know. I feel kind of bad this morning, though.
Well, I don't think you should feel bad because, maybe this is a learning experience for all of them. But if the kids get cold, they can remember that the next time they need to dress appropriately. But, I don't think it would have been a bad idea to put a jacket in there. But do they go outside a lot over there?
I think in the mornings, like they go out for 30 minutes or so and play, but I didn't think about that either.
Yeah.
So
I tell you what, I the cold weather is just, it doesn't agree with me. But more importantly than that is the shorter days really drag me down. Getting up, it's this morning, got up, and I know you're the same way, drove in, had the headlights the whole way. Of course, I don't know what it's like out there right now, but it's probably still semi-dark.
Well, let me pause though. For me, it's a 15-minute drive. For you, it's 35, right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so you got a bigger drive.
So I'm driving in, and I'm thinking next week, Sunday, the time changes. So it's going to be even darker when we get up, and I hate that short days, and then you get home and it's getting darker early, it's just depressing. Yesterday, though, I took off, and I've been putting off. We've been so busy doing everything, you know how it is. It's just you go nonstop, and I was planning on taking off last week a day and just doing something with Kim, and they've been needing her at the school a lot. She's been doing a lot of substituting and different things. A lot of our teachers have been out sick, or a couple of them are pregnant, and so they've been out for different things. And so Kim's been substituting to make a little extra money, and also just she can be with the kids and all. So she's been out, and last week I was going to take off a day just to be with her. Well, she ended up having to substitute that day, so I just said, well, I'm going to go on to work anyway. So I just came on in, and then so yesterday, all of these little duties around the house that I normally take care of, I've just been putting off. Every weekend we've been doing things. My oldest daughter that's still at home, she has volleyball. So we've been driving all over Creation with volleyball on Fridays, and Friday's our day off, but we're going to that. And it's just been one thing after the other. So I took the day off yesterday because I needed to mow one last time to, everything, the grass had grown up, and it was blowing so hard out there. I was on that mower, and I tell you what, that dust came and got all up in my eyes. It was miserable yesterday. All that wind, and I'm thinking, here we go.
I just
How many months of this?
This is my father-in-law. Here we go. That's his phrase.
How many months of this are we going to? And everything's wet all the time, I don't know. And I imagine in Fargo it was even worse because when you have snow, like when we had snow that one time here that stayed for, at first it's neat, but then everything you wear is just wet all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Do not like it.
Oh, well, and you came up last night, and I said, man, Brother Jason looks like he's sick, man.
Yeah, my eyes, and they still are this morning because I was mowing, that dust was just circulating.
You look a lot better. I mean, you look like you'd had a spell yesterday with all that stuff, man. So I'm glad you're feeling better though today.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. I told you yesterday, I said, Jason, don't worry about coming in because I think about you're working so hard, man.
No.
And I appreciate you being here, but I did tell you, I said, it's okay, but I know you enjoyed doing it. This is maybe kind of like your disconnect, right? For me, it's a disconnect,
I do love coming in, and I do love just catching up with you. And if we don't schedule it, it's kind of like anything else. If you don't put it on the schedule, you'll never do it.
Yeah.
Whether it's time with your wife or with your family, or if you don't schedule it, you'll never do it. And this being on the calendar every week is great for me because it gives me a chance to come up here and just chat with you and see what's going on. And it's good for both of us, I think.
Well, I've got a really good friend of mine that's going to be calling the new Waverly game for me on Friday. That's with everything happening on Friday. It's an important time to spend with the little ones. If they're a little bit older, I'd probably say, hey, but they're still young and they like to go out and do things. And so,
and your neighborhood is so cool for that.
Yeah, it's fun. So we'll go and knock on doors and get candy. And Miss Paula, that's the biggest thing. Paula Armstrong goes to church. We just love Paula. Mm-hmm. And she goes all out. And Paula has, I don't want to give away her secrets, but she has a special table for little ones that she thinks a lot of. Now, she thinks a lot of all of them, but there's a special table. And this isn't the little tiny candy. She'll give you full-blown candy bars.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best.
So when you go, she'll always say, y'all come around the corner over here. It's kind of like you get that floor access. You feel
the VIP pass.
All right, man. And so you get to come around the backside over there. And she's got a whole spread, and she lets them take whatever they want. So the kids love that every year. But it fell on a Friday. And, I'm committed to broadcasting New Waverly. We have sponsors and all that. And so I said, I'm not going to do the game. And I got on the phone and made a few calls. And I'm very grateful to Josh Criswell. He used to be the sports editor for the Huntsville Item. And Josh had moved on and was covering some pretty big programs up in Wyoming. And then, and you say, which ones are up? Well, there's a big university up there. He was covering them. And then he ended up moving back to Houston and was working for the Houston Chronicle for a while. And he missed Huntsville so much, and there was an opportunity in a journalism department at Sam Houston State, and now he teaches there. And so I reached out to Josh, and he filled in for a Hornet game for me before, back when I was doing Huntsville games. And so Josh said, man, I said, do any of your students want to learn how to do this? And he started asking around, and he said, you know what? If it's cool with you, I'll do the game with one of the students, and then that way they can kind of see. And so this is where I say, we talk about planting seeds in the ministry, and those are the most important seeds. But in life, you never know kind of what you scatter around will turn into something. And this has now opened the door to what we think may become an internship type program for his classes to get them involved in teaching them journalism out in the open. Mm-hmm. And so he's coming on Friday to call that game for me. So I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So he'll be calling the game, and that'll free me up to, spend some time with Portent, to, like you've taught me, we've got to spend time with family.
Is it a home game?
It is, yeah. So that makes it easier.
So how's New Waverly looking this year?
They've had a pretty rough go of it.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Huntsville? Do you know what their record is?
No, but they beat Lake Creek, and they never beat Lake Creek. So they won, and I know that they're. It's weird. The only teams that I'm really keeping up with right now, besides like New Waverly, obviously, and I hate to say it, I just don't keep up with even some of the local sports here because we just have so much going on. But I keep up with New Waverly because I broadcast for them. I try to chime in on Huntsville when I can. I love those kids and what they do and the coaching staff.
Right.
In fact, I ran into Coach Mavis the other day at Tyler and I have grown very fond of the Chicken Express.
Oh, yeah.
So we were in Joshua Masha. We've got him on the Chicken Express train. So we were over there, and Coach Mavis was there. But the other two teams that I follow, we'll talk about this later on in news you can use because one of my teams is doing great. Are the San Antonio Spurs, who are now 4-0 Wimby, and then also the Dallas Cowboys, who
could use some help.
Could use Jason Bay as the quarterback for the team.
No, Dak is doing
He's doing all right.
good.
I know. I'm just
some
a Dak.
defensive help.
I'm just a Dak.
They were talking about him the week before being one of the leading candidates for the MVP.
I know. I'm still stuck in the days of Romo that I still wish that I could just rewind the clock and like turn on the game and Tony's out there scrambling and going crazy.
Yeah. What about Troy Aikman? He was the real deal.
Yeah. Well, he's
and Roger Staubach.
I know. But Tony, we'll talk about that later. By the way, Bob Lilly used to live in Georgetown, and he lived in Sun City, and he would always go eat at a really small little Mexican restaurant in a town called Florence. And my buddy Art Mono owned Mono's Mexican restaurant in Florence, and Bob, Mr. Lilly, would always come in there and eat. And he signed. And Bob Lilly also paints and does photography. Wow. And so he gave Art a bunch of photos that he had taken, and he signed them all Bob Lilly, so they were hanging up. So
neat.
Those were the good old days of the Cowboys. Yeah. Well, let's take a break. Skye and Brad Carlton will be here in just a few moments. Why don't we take a break? Let's go right into the news you can use, if that's all right. So
Sounds good.
We'll take a break. Let us know that you're out there this morning. Many folks are joining us, and if you're on the app too, feel free to let us know that you're using the app this morning. It's been downloaded almost 100 times now, and so we appreciate your continued support. But we'll take a brief break. Coming up, it's news you can use with Pastor Jason Bay. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Billy Carlton, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We are not a daycare. We are a child care center focused on the growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Carlton, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey friends, this is Rob Hipp, and I'm here to talk about a true expert in the real estate world. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Terry Coleman of the Coleman Realty Group.
With 33 years in the business, I've dedicated my life to making your real estate dreams come true. Specializing in residential properties, I serve Walker and Montgomery counties, from Spring to Trinity and areas all around.
They call her your next door agent, and here's why.
I'm not just here to help you find a home or lease a property. I'm here to build lifelong relationships. Whether it's residential or commercial, farm or ranch listings, there's something for everyone.
Now you might wonder, what sets Terry apart from other real estate agents? Well, it's simple. She goes above and beyond for her clients, like the time she surprised a family from California with a fully decorated Christmas tree and gifts when they returned from closing. You shouldn't have to compromise on the joys of home during life-changing moments. So, if you're ready to make your real estate dreams come true, here's what you need to do.
Visit my website at myrealtorterry.com and let's make those dreams a reality.
That's Terry Coleman, your expert in all things real estate.
I'm Terry Coleman, your next door agent, and I can't wait to help you open the door to your new life.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
This harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville. Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Spirit Radio. Oh,
Back at as we continue on a chilly morning today. 45 degrees as you're waking up here in beautiful Huntsville, Texas. But I like the chill in the air. In fact, the Huntsville Municipal Airport temperature gauge is off. It's NA degrees outside, but it will be 67 and sunny today. A beautiful day on the horizon here in Huntsville as we continue on. We were going to have Jason, but our friends from Deep Clean Texas are cleaning experts here on Hello Huntsville joining. I guess we can say that, right, Skye? Is that okay to say?
Sure.
Say cleaning expert. We have our real estate expert, which is Terry Coleman, who you referred this morning. I saw on the Facebook post.
I sure did. She's awesome.
Yeah, so people were asking, hey, is there somebody? And, that's what I love about our kind of family here with Hello Huntsville. We like to refer each other, and I'm really excited. But we're going to flip the camera in 3, 2, 1. Bam! Look at that. There we are, guys.
That's fantastic.
Wow, look at that. There we go.
Good morning.
Welcome in.
I got a good face for radio.
Yeah, beautiful face for radio.
Absolutely.
Good to see you, Brad. Great.
Good to see you,
Skye, so good to see you. Skye's
morning.
ready to clean.
I am.
Boy, she was looking around.
I'm in costume.
When she walked, that's great. She walked in this morning. She said, "Rob, you got a few little sparkles on your carpet here. We can take care of that." And what's this doing here? She was all on it, so ready to go.
You're not even telling the truth.
I know he's making stuff up. That's all right.
Well, Brad and Skye are with Deep Clean Texas. They do such incredible work. We had y'all at the house. We need to get y'all back out again. Y'all did such an awesome job at our house, the young lady that y'all sent a few months ago. And
Thank you.
I'll tell you, it really took a load off my wife. And we're at that point to where I think we need it again. See, we're not good about the upkeep cleaning, which is where we should get y'all to do the upkeep
The
cleaning.
maintenance.
Yeah, the maintenance.
Yeah.
The maintenance. But Deep Clean Texas, they will come in and do a deep clean and get you set up the right way.
Yeah, you didn't even get the whole thing.
No. I got like just
a little bitty
I got
teaser.
I got just a little morsel of the full
Yep.
can you say a morsel of bread or cake? Can you have a morsel of cake?
I suppose you could have a morsel of just about anything.
Okay, so we had just a little morsel
of
that really good cheesecake. Like, we didn't even get the cheese, man. We just got the back part of the crust, and it was good. Is that all right? Does that work?
Yeah, no, that works for me. Yeah, it's your show, man.
So, but anyways, well, they are with Deep Clean Texas. We'll start with Skye, ladies first. Skye, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Oh, my gosh. It's been busy. It's been busy. Yeah, I've been fluttering around. Yeah. Networking meetings, cleaning.
The whole nine.
Yeah, the whole nine. Doing assessments, taking calls, having team meetings, making sure we're training properly, et cetera, et cetera. Just running the business.
I've been seeing a lot on social media. You know, it's impressive the things that you do, Skye, and just your commitment to professionalism. I mean, it starts with any organization. Brad, you're the same way, man. But, you know, if you have that tone from the top to where, hey, we're going to have some fun, but we're also going to be professional and run this thing the right way, that's what I see from y'all's business. And I saw it firsthand when that young lady came in a few months ago and cleaned our house. I could see your vision through her. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here and, you know, you guys are part of what we do. I'm saying it because I'm genuine about it. The way that lady carried herself, I said, that's Skye right there. Mm-hmm. And that was good. So that's a testimonial.
That. Sure.
It's a testimonial to you
that
I was saving for the next time you came on the show. So, but it was awesome, and y'all have grown. I've seen so much. Maybe talk a little bit, you know, briefly. I know you have some other things you want to highlight, but maybe, you know, Skye, highlight a little bit about the growth that y'all have had. I mean, y'all have been slammed and busy.
We have been slammed and busy. Well, I mean, we service from Spring Branch to Huntsville. And then we've got little fingers like to Livingston and Trinity. And so, yeah, it's keeping us busy.
That's
sure.
good.
And as always, like we were always, and I know that some friends that may be listening here that run businesses, our challenge is just finding really good people. Mm-hmm. We're very picky, as you know. We've said this before. And, you know, so that's just been the challenge. Otherwise, we'd be even busier. I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, Brad, I know we try to have you guys on once a month, and part of that busyness, y'all have been really busy. So it's been a few months. I'm so glad to have y'all back today, and maybe you talk a little bit just from your perspective how things have been going. You know, on that positive note of being so busy.
Yeah, and to highlight your point, Rob, I think you say it starts at the top, and you know, if you take a marketing class, they'll tell you can position yourself as a business in one of two ways. You're either going to be that low price leader, right? So you're the lowest guy on the totem pole when it comes to price, or you're going to differentiate yourself in some way. And our idea has never been we want to be that low price leader. That's not what we want to do, because you can't, in our mind, you can't provide the quality, the service, the things that are necessary, those good employees, those good folks that you can count on when you run that model. Now, that may be true in some industries. I don't think it's true in ours.
No, I think retail it is, but not with what y'all are doing.
Yeah, no,
sure.
It's not. I mean, we're going into people's homes. This is their castle. This is their private, peaceful, safe place to be, is in their home. And so you want to have good folks going into that house and taking care of it like it was their own. And so, yeah, it's perpetually it's a concern that we have as far as finding good folks. We're always hiring. If anybody in this audience knows somebody good, somebody reliable, somebody trustworthy that's looking for a good position with a really caring company, then send them our way. In fact, we've got ads on Indeed. Please go look at them. Go to our website. We can link you to those things. You can fill out an application on our website, because that is really, I guess we could grow a lot faster. Mm-hmm. Really, we could, if we just hired anybody that could fog a mirror. But that's not our business model.
Y'all want people like me. Didn't mean to cut you off. I just thought about this. Y'all want customers like me, who are going to tell you, that young lady, I could sense the vision that y'all have through your employee. That's the employees y'all are looking for.
See, they're a reflection of what we believe. Mm-hmm. And you know what we believe. We're Christians, and we believe that the good Lord is giving us this business to steward it. Mm-hmm. And we have to be good stewards. And part of that is making sure, on top of everything else, that the folks that we send into these customers' homes are upright, forthright, honest, and trustworthy, and hardworking. And I'm telling you, I hate to say it, in this climate, in this culture, that's a needle in a haystack.
It is.
Yeah, but we will continue to do that. We will sacrifice growth in order to. I just want to grow once, if that makes sense, instead of blowing up and then a lot of people leaving. I don't want that turnstile type of employee situation that a lot of people have. We want to hire them and have them stick for a while.
We were blessed when I had my IT company because a gentleman by the name of James Drager had an auto dealership in Georgetown for many, many years. Mac Hike bought him out. And I used to do all of Mr. Drager. I say James, man, I better not say that. My dad would get on to me if he knew I was saying that. Mr. Drager.
Mr. Drager.
And I always called him that. And he would tell me, he did one day, he said, Rob, just call me James. And I said, well, I said, Mr. Drager, my dad always said to say it by their last name, unless they told me to say their. He goes, well, your daddy's right. Call me Mr. Drager. So I kept calling him Mr. Drager. But I used to do work for him. And the reason I'm going off on this story is because he taught me a lot about business. And I didn't do work for his auto dealership. Did work for him personally in his home. And so I got to see the fruit of all of his hard work. You know, you go into somebody's home, 9 times out of 10, they've got a nice home because of the things that they've done to get that nice home.
Correct.
And he was a very humble man. And he always told me, he said, I had to work hard to get what I have, Rob. And had a beautiful home. He had just built a new home, and we helped set up a lot of the technology in that house. And we became really good friends. He'd invite me over he'd cook fish on the back porch out on his back patio and invite me over to have fried fish with him, he and his wife, Penny. And but I asked him, I said, Mr. Drager, what's some of the successes of, you had this auto dealership for so long, and it was obviously good enough and great enough that organizations like Mac Hike was inspired to come and buy it. And he said, Rob, he goes, I had a manager that ran that place for me for over 35 years. And he goes, and there was times that he made a lot more money than I did, but he stayed loyal to me. And I never had to question anything that he did. And he said, if you can find employees like that, don't be afraid to pay them. And you may get to a point to where your business is struggling, and you may not even be able to pay yourself. But he said, you always take care of those employees. And he goes, it will always come back to you. And he goes, look at how the Lord's blessed me and what's happened down the road. He goes, if I would have acted immediately and said, well, I can't pay them, I got to take care of myself, and all that kind of stuff, he goes, I would have failed. But he goes, but I rode through the tough times. I was able to put back and save. That helped me get through the tough times, and the fruit of that came out. And so I took his advice, and I had a guy named Travis that worked for me at my shop, and Travis was loyal to me for 8 years. In fact, he even worked a year after I sold the business. And when I sold the business, I didn't give him much, but I gave him, to him, it was probably quite a bit. He was wanting to he was looking at a car, and so I helped him get that car because he was so loyal to me for those 8 years. And my brother was loyal. So in the IT business, you talk about turnover.
Yeah.
Boy, that's an industry where those guys are in and out like crazy. And we were really blessed. On average, our guys stayed with us about 4 to 5 years. So I know firsthand.
Average, that's good.
That's important.
That's excellent, actually.
Important to have. For the 14 years we were in business, I maybe lost, 4, 5, 6 employees. We had 2 stores and at one point 13 people working with us. And it wasn't easy. But what you said, I know I'm drawing this out, but I want people to hear this. This is the kind of quality that you're going to get from Deep Clean Texas. They're not just going to go out and say and have a sign up on their vehicles that say always hiring. There's a problem when you're driving a vehicle that says always for hire. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Absolutely.
a good sign.
No, that's right. Although we feel like we've got a help wanted sign in the window, so to speak, virtually.
Yeah,
all the
that's
time.
all right. That's okay. That's different.
But we go through so many resumes. I mean, daily. The number of resumes and applications that we review and look for is actually mind-boggling to me, especially when you take it in context with the number of people that we actually hire after they get through all the funnels and all the things we put them through. You say, oh, man, this is just cleaning. What's the big deal? But as I stated before, we want these people to understand that we know we're going into folks' homes where things are valuable to them, and we want them to reflect that and reflect our values to the customers. And you're right. You take care of the customers and treat them take care of course, the customers, but the employees, treat them as your VIPs. And that is paid forward then to your client base.
Your story reminded me of Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. He had that same attitude.
He would pay his people. He said it on the radio all the time. He paid his people so much money that they couldn't compete anywhere else. Because once he found somebody that he knew was valuable, he was gonna keep them. And, we all like to believe that we're making a difference in this world when we go to work because of our contributions, but we're also working to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. And if you set somebody up where they can not only pay the bills, but and then some, then you're going to create loyalty.
See, I wanted to say this real quick, Skye, and I know y'all will be okay with this. I was thinking of this the other day, and I mentioned it on the show, that everyone's out doing stuff for a reason. And are we doing stuff just to do stuff, or are we doing stuff because we feel like that's where the Lord is calling us? Mm-hmm. And I can genuinely say, sitting next to you guys, y'all are doing what you're doing because you feel that the Lord, and I see it, that the Lord is genuinely calling you to this business. And there's something so much different whenever your business has a purpose. And you don't have to go out and preach to everybody. You don't have to go out and throw a Bible or put a fish logo on your sign. People see the fruit of what the Lord is doing by the way you carry yourself through your business. I've always been a huge believer in that. Mm-hmm. And you guys are doing what you're doing with a purpose. It's not just to do. And I want to encourage everybody out there this morning. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to give up on whatever it is you're doing. But I'm telling you to find purpose in what the Lord has for your life, and pray about it and say, Lord, what do you have for me? What dreams do you have for me that I need to live out? And I see that through y'all's business. And I know we weren't going to go that, that wasn't the plan to go in that direction, but I just felt that in my heart because you guys genuinely do have a purpose of what you do. Otherwise, we're just wandering around on this earth.
Right.
When I started Hello Huntsville, I'll be honest, the plan was just to promote the good in the community. Mm-hmm. But then I started to realize it's so much more. If I'm just promoting the good in the community, then I'm just doing something. There has to be a purpose behind what you do. The purpose on this platform is to share the good news of Jesus Christ with people. But I'm not going to go. I don't have to preach that all the time. But people know that's what what we do. But we welcome everybody in. I'm not going to. We have a lot of people who join the show that I know aren't believers. They're good friends, but we want people to feel like this is a place that you can come and be inspired and lifted up. That's the same with y'all's business. Who would have ever thought that a cleaning business could bring so much inspiration to people?
Not
do you get what I'm saying?
No, it's crazy.
It's crazy. I do, but you can't. There's so many stories that I can tell, and I won't, but so many stories I can tell you that there's no doubt in my mind that the good Lord put me right where I was supposed to be. And when you love the Lord and you're talking about preaching, I don't preach, and we don't. It's not a prerequisite to be a Christian to work for us. But I will tell you that they understand that I'm a Christian, and I think that's a big responsibility. And you need to walk the walk, not just the talk.
Yeah.
So wait, that's not how it goes.
No, you got it.
Yeah,
okay.
That was it.
Look at you anyway.
Don't look at you. Well, I bring him for a reason.
Yeah, that's right. I have Josh Mashi back there running the cameras for us. But anytime I start, this young man can pull Bible verses right out of his head, and I'm like, "Hey, back me up! I know it's in the Word somewhere." And he's like, "Boom!"
Where is that? Yeah.
Well, you're talking about purpose. You're talking about purpose, and Jeremiah 29:11 comes to my mind. And I'll talk about the Lord all day if you want to.
Exactly.
Rob.
It just
he says, "I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. So those are His plans for our life. We can run that into the ditch really easily because of, we're just all born.
We're humans.
We're born SIN positive, right?
Yeah.
Every one of us. And so we're bent towards that. And so, to discover your purpose, even if it's a cleaning business or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You do everything as if working for the Lord. And He will honor that.
That very verse,
it's on the
Colossians
back of our
3:23, is actually on the back of our T-shirts.
That one is,
and
wow.
It is a question that we ask during the interview. Is we say we have a scripture that's printed on the back of our T-shirts. Is that an issue for you? Because we want you to know that you're representing Deep Clean Texas. Deep Clean Texas is a representation of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Yeah.
And y'all do it so well. I think sometimes some people can do it in a way where they may mean well, but it comes across of like, oh, well, you ain't that, so we don't want to be associated with you. That's not the vibe y'all put out at all. And that's so important as believers that, you know what? We're going to welcome everybody in.
Okay.
We're going to speak truth. We ain't going to beat around the bush.
Right on.
But we're going to welcome you in, and we're going to love on you. And that's the way you guys do and carry y'all's business. Well, Skye, I know maybe you came in here this morning with a few things. Maybe you wanted to highlight and talk about what do you have going on this morning?
There's nothing more important than talking about the Lord and the gospel of Jesus Christ.
So. That's it. Yeah.
Now, I'm having a good time this morning. I did come prepared.
Yeah, I know.
Well, one of the things that that I know that people out there wonder about hiring a cleaning company.
Mm-hmm.
Like they never have had a cleaning company before, and they've got questions. And I came with the questions, a few of them. And I don't know how you interact with your audience. Well,
No,
I
ask
should
them.
know because I watch you. If they can type in questions, if they have questions themselves that they want to ask, that they're curious. Like, for instance, one of the questions that I think is, do your cleaners really get trained? And the answer is absolutely trained. We put them through a rigorous training. We have a trainer, and when we hire somebody, even if they have experience, we want them to be trained on the Deep Clean Texas way. We don't want to hire people and have everybody doing their own thing. That's why we have employees and a training system. And we're pretty proud of it. So they go with their trainer, and then they train for a week kind of on their own. And we do little house checks, and we have practice houses, so like secret shoppers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They
I
provide
know.
feedback for us
You could
about.
sign up for that.
Perfect. Put us on. Well, I want to tell you something about the training. I could see that firsthand because this young lady was very methodical about how she was doing things.
Right.
And I could tell that, you can tell if somebody's just cleaning to clean, or you can tell if somebody's cleaning because there's a purpose behind the cleaning and a method behind the cleaning.
Correct.
Because I was wondering, like, why is she doing that? Not in a negative way. I was just like, why is she doing that? I've never seen anybody do that before. And then I go in there and I was like, whoa, that shower looks way better than it's ever looked.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
No, that's
Wow,
great.
That's great.
And we only train one person at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we have multiple folks that we think are good, only one person's going through that training at a time so they can get that, that focused attention.
I had this. I know you don't do this, but I had this visualization, Skye, because we were at a race last year, the Peyton Irwin Memorial Race that Deanna does, in honor of her daughter and for driving, for don't text and drive. And she had the Sam Houston strength and conditioning coach come in and help everybody warm up and stretch. And I was sitting there while you were talking. I was listening, but my mind goes ADD, and I'm picturing that coach. And he has a whistle.
And
you have mirrors and like, go. Anyways.
I know.
That's
I
exactly
fantasize.
what it's like.
I do. I fantasize about things like that. How fun would it be to have like
Right.
my cohorts or
Boot camp.
Yeah.
No. How about this? How
Okay.
about make a contest, some sort of game where you've got different companies that come in and I don't know how
like
to make
it.
a bed and who can do it the fastest and the most efficient. I don't know.
There's
Like
videos.
Olympics for cleaning
There's
companies.
videos of that going around. There's like a bed of like the folks that work in
Oh,
hotels.
janitorial.
Yeah,
type.
but how quick can they make a bed?
I saw
It's
something about
it got
that
viral
actually.
on TikTok. Anyway, sorry, I'm carrying us down a
No,
rabbit
he's
hole.
right.
but-
Me and social media don't get along, so I'll have to take your word for it.
Well, what are some of the other
Okay.
questions? That's a really good one, talking about the training. I know maybe some other questions, Skye, that folks come up with from time to time.
Okay. Are your cleaning supplies safe for pets and kids? As long as you don't drink them. But yes, they are. We use a lot of vinegar.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of vinegar.
I want to speak on that too, because you a lot of times when you hear of the word vinegar, you think, oh man, that stinks.
Right.
My truck, somebody told me years ago it had this musty, I guess someone had smoked cigarettes in my truck before I bought it. And it wasn't in the headliner, but I could still kind of smell that every time I turned on the AC.
I know where you're going with this. Go
so,
ahead.
So I put a new filter in there, a cabin filter. It didn't really fix it. And somebody on the internet said, pour vinegar on the front, on the outside hood, on the front where
It draws the air in.
Well, I did that, and I should have read more, because now every time I turn on my AC, this was a year ago, it gets me a blast of vinegar still. I mentioned this, and then someone said, no, you shouldn't have poured it where you poured it. That's where you did it wrong. But I mentioned this because when y'all came in and cleaned, I knew that's what she was using.
Sure.
But at the very beginning,
Yes,
but
that's
but
right.
it didn't linger.
No,
Correct.
it does not.
But sometimes it does if you don't know what you're doing. Y'all's did not linger. It was gone before my wife got home. Praise
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's
It's supposed to take the bad smells away,
Yeah.
actually. So,
Yeah, cool.
But I understand when you're cleaning.
it does smell like vinegar.
It does.
Until we're done, and then
Yeah.
it does not. It
Yeah,
smells
that's
nice
good.
and
It
fresh and
smells
clean.
nice,
Yeah.
fresh, clean. The air is fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just wait till you get that deep clean. Will they really pay attention to detail? And the answer is absolutely. Yeah, we train for them to pay attention to detail. The little hair at the bottom of your shower basin. What other kind of detail? The the toothpaste that gets up underneath the spout.
Oh,
the
yeah.
water spout,
I never even
right?
thought about that. Yeah.
Look for that. What other kind of details would you think?
We edge the carpets, stuff like hitting the carpet in here, right where it goes against the baseboard. It's gonna collect, and we'll get in there and edge those carpets and make sure we get that stuff.
One thing that I commonly see, and I know you guys are big on this too, is like a lot of times you don't think about the trim around your doors, and those things collect so much. Especially like your AC, where you've got really powerful suction, and you open the door, and right inside the door, it's dirty.
Yeah, the door frame.
Yeah, we had that in our door. Y'all cleaned that in the bathroom. I was like, because I was expecting it to stay. To be honest, I wasn't going to harp about it.
Sure.
But I opened the door and I was like, whoa, all that dust has gone around that door frame. I was like, wow, that's the cleaning that we
get an eye for detail.
Yeah.
That's what we want them to do. So
I like it.
There's a difference between basic cleans, which may have been what you got too, and then deep cleans. And the deep cleans, I love it when a customer is just like, go in there, take care of it. We could do inside windows, inside ovens, inside the fridge. We get the outside of the cabinets done. We even open and get the inside for spills. And then you know how the crumbs form at the bottom of the cabinets? We'll even get those.
Awesome.
And we'll clean for those. We look for that stuff. The cobwebs up underneath the cabinets in the kitchen, especially if you have dogs. I mean, some people don't get those, but the spiders love to make homes underneath.
Yeah, they do.
And underneath furniture, and we train for that. So yes, they pay attention to detail. Is it awkward having cleaners in your home? I don't know. Is it awkward? It's awkward to have people in your home.
Yeah, because
Sure.
it's someone you don't know,
know.
the first time. But I would
Initially.
think after time, the first 5 minutes of y'all's lady coming in, was it awkward? Honestly, yeah, because it's someone that you don't know that comes into your home. But I knew y'all, and I knew who you hired. And so after 5 minutes, I was like, my problem is I like to talk, so I had to get out. I had to go do something else so I could let her work because I was sitting there yakking with her.
Especially Tacey.
Imagine that.
Tacey will talk.
Yeah.
She will talk to you because she's so sweet.
Yeah.
And she, but the thing about her is that she will work and talk at the same time. So
she's so polite. We have a
She
customer
is.
that was mispronouncing her name every time
Yes.
she showed up, and she never corrected the guy.
She
I happened
never
to
did.
see him at Discount Tire, and he called her Tassie. And I'm like, I let him talk for a little while, and I go, by the way, her name's Tacey. And he's like, oh, my gosh, I feel so stupid. I've been calling her Tassie for the last 6 weeks.
He got onto her about that, by the way.
So but, she's just that way. She's just courteous and
Very.
kind, and yeah.
That reminds me,
not going to correct
when
you.
I was calling Sam Houston basketball, we had a kid named Tristan Ipe, okay? But even the coach called him Ikpe, and for
Ikpe.
2 years
Oh,
I
no.
called him Ikpe.
Of course.
And then I interviewed him, and this was 2 years into it. And after the game one day, after the interview, he was sitting next to me still when we went to commercial break. He goes, hey, Rob, man, I never told you this, but my last name is really pronounced Ipe. And I was like, brother, that would have been awesome to tell me that 2 years ago. He's like, don't worry about it. Everybody says it, even the coach. Anyways.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, let's see. But our answer to that is that we try to make you very comfortable. We're going to come in with a smile. Our gals are even trained on how to approach customers. Look you in the eye. They're not going to do anything awkward in your home. So you don't have to worry about, it being uncomfortable, like you say, for more than a couple of minutes. So what if something gets broken?
Yeah, that's a good one. I never thought about that. What happens?
We have a break it, buy it policy. So if one of our gals breaks something, we do ask our customers to put away things like heirlooms that can't get replaced. But if they break something like a spoon holder, we will say we want to replace that. We'll send you a new one. I mean, that day.
Yeah, we take a picture of it. It gets brought up, then we find one. If we can find the exact same one, we'll do it. If not, we'll find one that is an acceptable replacement.
Here's a question that I have, because I've always wondered about this. Everyone now has smart cameras in their homes. Is that okay to have those? Does it make the cleaner uncomfortable?
They expect it.
Yep.
So that's all good, because I know a lot of people say, well, especially if it's the first time, I'm going to make sure, if I'm not
bet.
home.
Sure.
And that's another question. Does a person have to be home?
No,
Okay.
never.
They
No,
do not.
No.
But
they can be, and
yeah,
we'll work around it.
Like a lot of people will want that first time, maybe the second time, what have you, for somebody to be in the home, the homeowner to be there when the cleaner is there. But moving forward, once you feel comfortable, no, you do not have to. We have codes and keys from 100 and something customers, so it's no big deal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. Well, those are my questions I've always wondered. So
Okay.
thank
Well, those
y'all
are good
for
ones.
answering my questions. Yeah.
Those are good ones.
Last one I want to address is, will my schedule be respected? For the most part. No, yeah.
Well, maybe.
Just depends.
with plenty of notice, we can absolutely. We want to make sure that we are working around your schedule. We know that you are working your life around us. And so absolutely. If something needs to change, the more notice that we're given, the better for us. But, we will respect your schedule for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what I'd like to do, we're going to put together an article. We'll put it we'll put it on the website for you guys, and we'll kind of put some of these common questions that you've addressed today, if that's okay, and we'll re-put that as some text there on the website. By the way, we'll put it on the app too. You can download our new Hello Huntsville app, and super easy to get to all that information. We'll put it there, and we'll put it out in our newsletter so folks can be better educated.
Yeah, and anybody listening, they got questions, bring them in, and we'll be glad to answer them any way we can.
Anything
Awesome.
that I haven't addressed. I want to share something. Yesterday, you were talking about ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I got a phone call from a lead the other day, and we just signed him up for, I think, weekly services,
It was
actually.
weekly, yeah.
And they said they found us. I said, well, how did you hear about us? He said ChatGPT.
Huh.
I'm not kidding you. That's the first time I felt like I should be ringing the bell. I was like, ding, ding, ding. Oh, my goodness. ChatGPT. Wow. So you could go into ChatGPT and ask them, show me some cleaning companies near me, and it will go out into the, web.
Into cyberspace.
Yeah. World Wide Web, the www, and figure out everything. And so it compilated for him, the cleaning companies near him, and why why it picked them out.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm just doing it here real quick.
He's in
to
real
see,
time right now.
Because what happens, I've seen this. We get see some of this stuff, it hallucinates. You got to be careful.
Yeah, you do.
But we get, it's really weird. We see tags we reprogrammed our website, and we will show up in the results on Hello Huntsville for ChatGPT stuff now, and we can track where that came from, which is really neat. But in a way, it's good, but in a way, I understand why some people are upset, because it never drives traffic to our website now, because it's pulling the information and it keeps it in ChatGPT.
Oh.
So it's good, but it's also kind of, man, I'm losing some hits on that.
Yeah, you are.
Like Newsbreak app is really cool because they source our data, but they still show our full website. We get a lot of referrals from Newsbreak because people have that, but they still show our full website within their website. So I'm cool with that. But ChatGPT, it's like they
just take it.
Yeah, which don't get me wrong, I use it. I love it. So I'm not going to complain too much.
Oh, I love it also.
But that's cool, though. Yeah, I've never heard of that yet.
I know.
So,
Neither have I. I'm trying to get the word out.
yeah.
Any
awesome.
source we can get from, we'll get it.
Well, perfect. Well, Brad, I want to end with Skye, but I'll ask you maybe some final thoughts that maybe you're thinking about this morning, Brad.
Well, yeah, just thinking about the holidays coming up. I would recommend that anybody who wants their house clean, they're having family in or what have you for the holidays, don't wait. Get booked up right now. I mean, you can't imagine how quick Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's fills up.
November is on Saturday.
Yeah, we're already there.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. Can you believe that? And an hour.
Do
and
not
we go
wait.
back an hour.
Yeah.
Great.
Because we can't help everybody. We have a limited number of people that can help you. So
That's right. But they are the best.
they are the best.
Of the best. The
Skye-
cream of the crop.
Skye, it's kind of same question to you, just maybe some other things, some final thoughts that maybe you had, on your mind this morning.
I don't know. I think something's going to be on my gravesite headstone is going to be change your air filters.
Yeah.
You may have a headstone that is an air filter, with that engraved on it.
That's pretty good. idea.
Change your air filters. Yeah, especially if you have animals.
That's it. That's your final thought. Change your air filter.
Change your air filter. Good final thought.
It is a good final thought.
I can't fill your shoes,
Oh,
Brad.
please.
This is
Knock
the
it off.
reason I take you. I bring you here every time.
Well, that's good. Well, I want to encourage folks, go on social media, follow Deep Clean Texas. You can see part of Skye's training on there. She frequently posts things about how she's interacting at networking meetings and how she's interacting with training employees. So I encourage you, go follow their social media feeds. You can just search for Deep Clean Texas, very easy. And also go to their website, really easy to get to, deepcleantexas.com. Again, it's deepcleantexas.com. and that is where you will find all you need to know about the experts in house cleaning here, not just in Walker County, but throughout Montgomery County and other areas as well. So,
yes, sir.
Thank y'all so much, man. I'm so thankful for what the Lord's doing in your business, Skye. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I saved the best for last. Skye.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Has blessed us with a cool little cleaning kit. Comes with Skittles, by the way. A stress ball so you can de-stress. I got to clean this house. No, you don't. Call Deep Clean Texas. They'll take care of it. But then also, what's really cool, how about a Honor Cafe gift card?
That's right.
$25. What I'm going to do is we are going to put this on the app as one of our monthly giveaways for October.
Sure.
So we already have about 20 people that have enough entries for prizes. Okay. So instead of doing it on our phone and text line, we're going to include this on our. It's like Kyle's excited because he's on the leaderboard on the app, by the way. But we're going. Kyle has like 20 entries right now, but we're going to put this on the app, and so download the app, and you could be one that could win this awesome gift card.
Have you been to Honor Cafe?
Yeah, it's good. It's
man.
great.
Have you tried their omelet?
Have you built your own omelet yet?
No, I have not.
You got to do it.
Massive. It's like a football.
Wow.
I eat pretty much what doesn't eat me first, but I can almost not finish this. Well, in fact, the chef has beat me a couple times where I just couldn't finish the thing.
They have the best coffee too.
Okay,
they do.
Yeah.
They make their own.
Awesome. I did not know that.
And they sell it. So,
they do.
And I was going to bring that too, but I drank it.
She drank it.
That's all right.
It didn't make it here, man.
That's perfect. Well, thank y'all so much. By the way, you can see Deep Clean Texas too on our website. You'll see their banner rotating on the top of our website. So anytime you see that, just click on it. It'll take you right to their website. And we'll continue to promote and celebrate the good that they are doing here throughout our area. So thank y'all again. I'll give you one more handshake, brother.
Yep, it was,
absolutely.
Thank
you. Ma'am.
It was
God
a pleasure,
bless y'all.
always.
Thank you, brother.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it is news you can use with Pastor Jason Bay. We'll be talking, I know, about my team when we come back and other things, right, Jason? So we'll talk about fantasy football update. Some unfortunate news this week, but things will rebound. We'll be back in a moment with more here on Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
I'm Billy Carlton, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We are not a daycare. We are a child care center focused on the growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, education person you can trust.
Tomorrow's Promise.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Hey friends, this is Rob Hipp, and I'm here to talk about a true expert in the real estate world. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Terry Coleman of the Coleman Realty Group.
With 33 years in the business, I've dedicated my life to making your real estate dreams come true. Specializing in residential properties, I serve Walker and Montgomery counties, from Spring to Trinity and areas all around.
They call her your next door agent, and here's why.
I'm not just here to help you find a home or lease a property. I'm here to build lifelong relationships. Whether it's residential or commercial, farm or ranch listings, there's something for everyone.
Now you might wonder, what sets Terry apart from other real estate agents? Well, it's simple. She goes above and beyond for her clients, like the time she surprised a family from California with a fully decorated Christmas tree and gifts when they returned from closing. You shouldn't have to compromise on the joys of home during life-changing moments. So, if you're ready to make your real estate dreams come true, here's what you need to do.
Visit my website at myrealtorterry.com and let's make those dreams a reality.
That's Terry Coleman, your expert in all things real estate.
I'm Terry Coleman, your next door agent, and I can't wait to help you open the door to your new life.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
The spirit of Huntsville, spiritradio.fm.
Time to take it up a notch. 8:46 in the morning. That fake radio voice coming at you sounds like we're out of Los Angeles. High above Hollywood, flying around. Kyle Kreider's looking at me saying, what's going on? Live from Studio 1229J, it's the fake radio voice here on a Thursday. From Bat Capital, Prison Capital, whatever you want to call it, Great Capital USA. It's time for none other than the Dr. Jason Bay with absolutely news you can use. Take it away, Jason.
All right. Thanks for that wonderful voice of that intro. Totally deserving, I'm sure, of this groundbreaking episode of News You Can Use. You brought something to my attention with that intro, though. Last night, night before last, I was up here We were going to a special thing at the university. We had a guy from Baylor. They're experiencing a major revival among young people in the campus at Baylor. In their college group ministry alone, they have 2,000 students in their college ministry coming from Baylor since this revival that's we're seeing happen among Gen Z take place. And he was coming down here to talk about that. But anyway, so I had him meet us here at the church before, so I could take him over to the university. We could park, and it'd be easier to park and get to where we needed to go. But just as we parked and met him here, he was amazed at the bats because the bats were coming out at that time. And so, hey, the weather's changing. It's cooler weather. The sky's supposed to be clear. If you want to see the bat expo, come over to the church about 6 o'clock-ish, 6:30-ish, and you can see the bats leaving from their cave.
I did want to mention real quick, Jason, that during the cooler winter months, the wind changes direction,
Yes.
and so that is also a plus.
Yes, that is that is a plus. The inmates get to experience the smell of the
get to experience.
and we don't. We did talk about that too, so that was a good
Love it.
Conversation. Well, we always like to start with the sports page because there's so much going on in the realm of sports, and you and I kind of get the opportunity to talk about what we like to talk about on the sports page. We don't hit everything, but we hit some things. And I wanted to give you a chance to rub it in my face about the basketball because my Dallas Mavericks have completely fallen apart. They have no point guard. They're trying to use Cooper Flagg to run the point. And while he did that in college and he's, way oversized to be a point guard, it's not working out like they had hoped for. Of course, Kyrie's on the bench, injured. AD is having perpetual injuries as he always does. So there is a dark cloud hanging over the whole Mavericks organization at this point. In fact, they're in the middle of a lawsuit with the Stars now over the use of the facility that they're in. So, I mean, it goes from bad to worse for Dallas sports. Not only are the Cowboys falling apart, but the Mavericks have, it's not looking pretty for the Mavericks. But on the flip side, your team, the San Antonio Spurs, have really come out of the gates roaring, and I'm impressed, Rob. I mean, when I saw Wemby play –
Who is that guy?
Yes, exactly. But compared to what he looked like, kind of like a newborn giraffe a couple of years ago.
That's great.
He has bulked up. He's much more fluid in his movements. I mean, he looked like a new player. And I tell you what, that guy looks like he's playing on skis. He wears these bright neon shoes, and his feet are like this long.
He has a wingspan of 9'6", which is unbelievable. I mean, he could turn sideways and almost touch the rim.
Yeah. He could stand under it and just
barely. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I will not rub it in you. I'm not that kind of guy. First of all, I won't ever say, "Oh, look at my team." That's probably why I didn't make it in Fargo. They were always wanting me to get like that. I can't do it, Jason. You know me, and I know you. We joke, but. I will say, wow, impressive. Spurs are on the verge. I know nobody cares. They're all about the Rockets here or the Mavs, But
the Rockets, by the way, I'm a closet Rockets fan too. I believe you can have multiple teams that you root for. So I do root for the Rockets, and when we do go to a game, we go down there. They're doing well as well. So.
But they're not doing as well as the San Antonio Spurs, who for the first time in franchise history, think about Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, the big three, all the success they had, even when Robinson was there, the 5 NBA championships. They have never started a season 5-0. Tonight, they have the opportunity for the first time in franchise history to go 5-0. They are playing the 3-1 Miami Heat. The Spurs are winning by an average of over 16 points a game. They have not had one game this season where they've scored under 100 points. That includes all of the preseason games. And Wemby is scoring over 30 points a game, averaging a double-double. The young man is on fire. I have never seen a guy stand at 7'6". Told you he had a 9'6" wingspan, stands at 7'6". I've never seen anyone that big and that versatile, and the way that he can move, and it's not just down low. I mean, the kid can play like a point guard at
Dribble
7'6".
between his legs. It's unbelievable.
And how
it really is.
And then he shoots threes from right in, just outside the half court line. It's unbelievable how good he is. And I was talking to my buddy Carl Schoening, who those that follow SHN is the S in SHN, and Carl unfortunately did not get the job that his dad had. His dad was the voice of the Spurs for 24 years. Long story short, Jason, another guy got it named Dan Weiss, very very deserving. And Carl said it. Carl told me, he goes, if anybody could have got it, that would have been the guy that I wanted to get it. But Carl, I felt like he was training like his whole life to be the next voice of the Spurs. And but I'm so proud of him because he didn't let that defeat him. And he accepted a position. He is now the network pregame and postgame host for all the Spurs games on their flagship WAI to San Antonio. And so he gets to go over stuff before and after. But he even said, Carl told me this. I said, man, the Spurs are on fire. He goes, got too many injuries. And so I'm sitting there thinking, who's injured?
Yeah.
That's going to make a difference. But he said, just wait till those guys get healthy. It's going to be even better.
It's unbelievable. And I will say, when I first saw Wemby in the NBA, not only did he look like a newborn giraffe, but he has the prototypical image of somebody that's going to be perpetually hurt because of his body type. He's so thin and tall. A lot of these guys throughout history of the NBA have come along. Oh, look how tall this guy is. Look how tall. All these men have come out, and they usually get hurt.
Like
they have
Yao
bad
Ming
knees.
was hurt a lot.
Yeah, bad knees, other things that come along, and they're injured. But the progress that I've seen in him, especially over this past summer, I mean, he's come out looks totally different this year. I'm really impressed.
Did you ever go to a Spurs Rockets game, Jason?
I don't think so.
You never would go to one of those?
Well, I would, yes.
Okay, well, that's what I was asking.
I thought you said, have I ever been to one?
Have you been to an NBA game?
Yeah, I've been to several Rockets games and Mavericks games.
Well, I just want to encourage, I'm throwing this down. If anybody out there just felt a tug to say, boy, I sure would like to get Jason and Rob tickets to the Spurs Rockets game.
Good.
Boy, we'd just love that.
That would be
so just
nice.
feel free.
That would be great. It's Pastor Appreciation Month.
We appreciate you, Pastor. We did a video for you.
Yeah, you did a
I didn't
great
think he
job
was
with
going to
that,
show
Rob.
up. I didn't. Jason was busy, and I'm sitting there delaying the announcements because Jason didn't know we were going to do a video for him for Pastor Appreciation Month.
That was sweet.
And I'm sitting there talking like I normally do, and I had to talk even more. And then all of a sudden, Jason, I said, okay, all right, let's show the video.
Thank you, Rob. That was real nice. And he wrote a poem through the use of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it was good, though.
It was
good.
great.
I had to put my own ideas into it.
No, you did. Speaking of the NBA, there's a new trend that's turning heads this year from Yahoo Sports. They mentioned there's this new trend in the NBA game that hasn't been in the past, but is now a lot of teams are employing it, and that is the rise of the full court press. Have you noticed that in the games?
No, I haven't.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot more teams are using the full court press this year, which is predominant in the college game, but you don't see it a lot in the professional game. But this year, they're seeing a lot more full court press this year.
It's funny you mention that because I just had a vision of Tim Duncan inbounding to Tony Parker, and it was always Tim in the backcourt just kind of skedaddling his way back into the front court, and there was never anybody back there putting any pressure on him.
Yeah, I know it. And now they're doing that, especially with it makes sense because with the shot clock, just delaying them from bringing it up makes them rush their shots, rush their possessions. Okay, well, moving on from the NBA, still in the sports world, I love this article from Athlon Sports. Kirk Herbstreit from ESPN. He's a Ohio State alum. He used to play quarterback for Ohio State. Believes that the Buckeyes are the top team in the country. However, he also thinks there may be a more complete team out there besides the Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm. I know where you're going.
On the Nonstop podcast, Herbstreit mentioned that the number 3 Texas Aggies could be that team. Now, you know why I mentioned this article. Normally, I wouldn't bring this up, but I do have to give props to the Aggies for defeating LSU this past week. Did you watch the game, Rob?
I was taking Bridget out for a nice birthday dinner in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
At halftime, it was 16-14 LSU.
Yes.
The quote came into my mind, here we go.
49 to
How about that for the Aggies?
20 something.
Yeah, they smoked them in the second half.
it was a great game. We watched it as a family. It was but yeah, and then I guess you heard that they fired Brian Kelly after that game and are giving him a buyout of over $50 million. You hear about that?
Yes.
And now the Louisiana governor has weighed in on the matter. You hear about this?
No.
Scott Woodward, the athletic director there, was the one that hired Brian Kelly, and before that, he was the one that hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M. And so now he has on his record two major buyouts. You know, what was Jimbo's, like $75 million or something like that, and now this one's over $50 million. So the Louisiana governor chimed in and said he didn't care what happened, but he could assure the people of Louisiana that Scott Woodward would not pick the next head coach of LSU.
Yeah, good idea. I wanted to mention because I know you're a little down about the Mavericks, but you have so much to be, and I know you do, but you have so much to be thankful for the Aggies.
I know it.
I'm a Baylor fan, number one, Aggie, number two. Texas A&M, since the first time since 2015, received an AP number one vote. So they did get one vote for that number one place.
I know it.
Really
it's unbelievable.
incredible.
I mean, I'm telling you, we've lived my whole lifetime just knowing this day would never come. But I mean, I don't know. This could be the year. And it brings me to the next article that I wanted to mention from the Austin American-Statesman. And this is the title: How Texas Football's Stranglehold on the State is Being Threatened. Remember when the Horns were the pick to win it all in the preseason? How about when quarterback Arch Manning was the odds-on favorite to win the Heisman? Well, they are one loss away from that college football playoff invite getting lost in the mail, while Manning's Heisman hopes will have to wait another year. This week, Vanderbilt comes to town, and it literally is a must-win for the Horns up in Austin. So the Aggies are off this week, but it'll be a great game to watch to see if they can handle Vanderbilt coming to town, because Vanderbilt is the new arrival in the SEC. I mean, they have really turned that program around. But I will say, this year in college football, it's wide open. And it's a lot of that has to do with the changes that have been made. I mean, and we dog it all the time, the NIL and the transfer portal. It seems like it's ruined it. But in this case,
it's
Rob,
working pretty good.
It's helped out some teams that normally wouldn't be in the conversation.
Yeah.
The Vanderbilts of the world. What about Texas Tech?
Yeah.
I mean, they're having a great season. A lot of places are finding ways to make it work with new and innovative methods, not just the money, but what they're seeing is a lot of these college students, because of the transfer portal, these quarterbacks and well-known players are able to transfer and go to smaller places. I mean, look at University of Houston, look at Georgia Tech. Both of those programs are led by former Aggie quarterbacks because they knew they weren't going to get playing time, so they transferred to Houston, transferred to Georgia Tech, and both of those teams are doing really, really well.
One thing that you had mentioned earlier that there's just nothing you mentioned irks me. It's just the mindset of this particular team.
Yeah.
They have always been, in my opinion, and thankfully my friend who calls their games ain't watching. He doesn't watch this show. He's in Austin. I've already given it away. That team, in my opinion, has been the most overrated team in my entire life in college sports. I have never been a huge fan. My buddy Nathan and I get into it all the time because he's a huge fan. The Texas Longhorns, in my opinion, one of the most overrated football teams in my lifetime. That's my hot take, Jason.
Rob, our viewership just declined by 50%.
It's okay. I'm speaking the truth. It's fine by me.
No,
high expectations, and they never live up to it.
Well,
and even that national championship, Vince Young's knee was down. I've already talked about it. Ready to move on to the next subject.
Well, let's lighten the mood. You hear about
Kyle's getting mad because he says, "Rob, you're getting too negative lately." He's bringing up the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They're overrated too.
Definitely. So and the Cowboys, we'll just skip over them. We got to move on.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this crash in Mississippi where monkeys got loose on the road?
I saw, but I didn't read into it.
Oh man,
Are they okay?
Well, here's the deal. It's sad, but funny story in a way if those two can coincide. But a Mississippi truck crashed on the highway freeing lab monkeys, and there was about 20 of these lab monkeys in this truck. They were going from Tulane. University, and for study purposes, they were transferring to another university. And when the truck crashed, the monkeys got loose, and somehow along the way, the Jasper County Sheriff's Department got there, and they were told that not to approach these monkeys, that they were aggressive and infected with hepatitis C, herpes, and coronavirus.
Golly. Yeah. Poor things.
So naturally, they started picking them off.
Oh.
All but one of the escaped monkeys has been destroyed, the sheriff's office said Tuesday in an update. But there were instead there was actually 3 monkeys still on the loose. But one final post on the sheriff's office shared a statement from the Tulane saying the monkeys hadn't been infected with anything. The sheriff's office is defending its handling of the incident, saying it took the appropriate actions after being given the information from the person transporting the monkeys. It was unclear how many monkeys were being transported and how many were killed.
Look at these boxes laying all over the road. The monkeys are just wandering around.
Yeah, they have pictures of them. I have a video here.
Yeah, that's what I was showing this newsreel of it.
Yeah. I mean, can you believe that? Of all the things to get loose, look at that monkey. So that one's lucky to have its life.
Do you think that they were saying, no more monkeys jumping on the bed?
I think I saw some bullet holes in that bucket over there.
No, it was no more monkeys riding in the bed.
Goodness.
Oh, but that's kind of terrible. Look at that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, there's one. Yeah.
Caesar's being followed.
Caesar's leading an uprising.
Hey, but Jason, in the sad way, I mean, this is a pretty terrible accident. Look at that.
Oh,
I mean, the truck's down there, the trailer's there, poor things.
Yeah, and that one's just lucky to be alive.
Yeah, man, he's safe. Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah. So anyway, prayers go out to the monkeys that are left. Hopefully they can dodge the bullets.
I don't want to see, man, I don't want to go down this whole this discussion, but I just.
Look at that. Go back real quick.
I just closed it. Yeah, sorry.
And if you look, there's a little bullet hole right there.
Good night. I'm an animal lover. I just don't want to see monkeys. Cats and me aren't friends, but monkeys. Have you ever been at like a place and the monkeys start crawling all over you?
No. What kind of question is that? Have you ever? Let's break that question down. Have you ever been in a place where monkeys were just crawling all over you?
Jason's first reaction was no. We went on a cruise once, Bridget and I, and we went to some other, I forget where it was, and we got out, the excursions.
Yeah.
And that's where I never thought of mentioning it that way, but literally they put you in a cage and the monkeys start crawling all over you. It's kind of neat, man.
Were they infected with hepatitis C, herpes, and corona?
I don't think. Maybe that's where corona started. I don't know.
Got to ask the right questions, Rob.
We're going to have to clip that one. Have you ever been in a place, Jason, where I wasn't trying to be funny, and then you're like, no.
That sounds like a nightmare.
That's great.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, a couple more things. I know you like the articles from Reader's Digest.
Yes, absolutely.
Reader's Digest dives into the hard-to-handle cases. And here in this groundbreaking story, they uncover what would really happen if you put a banana in a car's tailpipe. Now, this has been made popular by the movie Beverly Hills Cop. You ever watch that back in the day?
Yes, love that with
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, great movie.
And you remember there's one point where he sticks bananas in the tailpipe of the police car? Okay.
I love it, yeah.
Well, so this had become popularized with people doing pranks, putting banana in the tailpipe trick as an ultimate revenge prank. But what do you think would really happen if you did? So they did the experiment on it to see what would really happen, and also talk to different people, different car experts about what would really happen, and they said that really nothing would happen
if you put a banana in the tailpipe.
Because the heat. They've tested this. The heat. Actually, the banana's not big enough. First of all, to stop up the tailpipe. But even if it was, the heat from the tailpipe would cause the banana to disintegrate, and it would just fall out. So nothing would happen.
So here's a different method. What if you put something on the end of the tailpipe and strapped it on there?
So
then it would mess up, right?
Well, not exactly. They said that even if you put like a potato, they said a better fruit would be, or whatever a potato is, vegetable, would be a potato stuck in there. It would seal off better. But they said even if you put a potato in there, the way that engines are made, there would have enough ways of expelling the what do you call it, exhaust, to allow the car to still operate. Maybe not to its premium performance, but it wouldn't die. And even if it did, it would start right back up. But more likely, it said it would build up enough pressure to push the potato out with the heat and the pressure from the exhaust.
Have you ever made a potato gun?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, man, I was hoping you'd say no, because then I could say, well,
I got one.
Oh, man, see, I was all excited. I thought, man, this is something I could come out to your place, make one with you.
We should do it.
I used to have, I made several of them, and I started using, Aquanet would make everything real sticky, so I started using Suave underarm deodorant.
Really?
And they would keep it clean.
It works, huh?
And it worked. And then I had an idea one time. I said, it builds up all this air pressure. So I started doing some math about how much air pressure goes into the pipe. And what I ended up doing was I actually built a pneumatic one that you could air up with a bicycle pump. And then I put a solenoid for a sprinkler system, and I had it on electric, and so you would just hit a button, and that solenoid would open up, and boom, and then so you always it would fire guaranteed every time.
Yeah.
And I wrapped that thing in a bunch of duct tape just because I didn't want the PVC to shatter on me.
Yeah,
it was fun.
We built one. We built one out of PVC, and we used those pool noodles and put a cap on the end of it, and made it like a airsoft gun. It would shoot that thing way up.
Wow.
We didn't shoot potatoes. We just shot that rocket, and we made it, and the kids loved it. I still have it. And what we did was we put a little, used one of those.
Grill igniters, right?
No, we used one of those zap gun things.
Oh, okay.
You know what you talk about? Taser deal. And I put 2 screws, and you just touch that taser to it and push the button, and it would ignite inside.
Yeah,
it would connect it inside and launch it like that. It was pretty good, but you can't help but think that that's got to be dangerous.
I used to drive around. I named mine Orale. I named it really. It said ORALE, and I named it. And I had that I went into Walmart and I bought. This was in high school, and I bought. It's because a friend of mine. He was a really nice kid. His name was Johnny Gonzalez, and he would always say "Orale, orale." And so that's what I named my potato gun, and I put it on top of my Jeep, and I had it. And this was back in the day. Nobody. This was back like in high school where the kids, they had guns on the back of it. No one thought about any of that kind of stuff back then, And so I kept that thing strapped on the top of my Jeep Cherokee with bungee cords. And at lunch, we would go down to the river and we'd fire that thing off.
Yeah, man. Just think if we would have had those in Mississippi whenever those monkeys got loose.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, not to go back on that, George Pitts is joining us, Santa George. I'm so sorry. Please don't sue me. He just said, Rob, your "no more monkeys jumping on the bed" comment was while I had a mouthful of coffee. And he said, now, no more coffee in my mouth. Oh, sorry about that, George.
Yes. Oh, man. Well, that you can use, but we're not going to be able to use it all today because it's 9:10, and we have the fortunate task of moving a piano today.
Yes. I've been looking forward to this day.
Yeah.
Kyle's like, gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, that diabetes in my back is really getting to me these days.
I hate to break the news you can use to you, but we're going to be moving a piano. So
awesome. Well, Jay, there it is. That is news you can use from Jason Bay. Doesn't get any better than that. Thank you. It's always fun on a Thursday with the news you can use.
Yeah.
And by the way, whenever you said the Reader's Digest, we got to keep that section going because that's always in there now.
Yes, there you go.
The
Robin is
with my double cane there. AI got it wrong.
Yeah, really.
Well, hey, as we wrap up here in just a few moments, thank all of you again. Download our app. It's really nice of Skye and Brad to bring by a gift card to Honor Cafe. Really cool gift card and a little cleaning packet there. But download the app, and then we're going to be doing a drawing on Friday is the 31st. So on that Saturday, that's when we'll run the drawings, and then we'll announce all that on Monday. So we've got a few prizes we're going to give away to those that have been using the app. And we hope to bring back our phone and text line and do actually daily giveaways on the show as well. We've got some plans. Tyler Fordyce is going to be helping me a lot with the show coming up for the new year. And really quickly, I wanted to say this, Jason, just thank you to the community for your support in Spirit Radio. Really excited. We got our tower ordered yesterday. And so I just want to keep the people. I always like to say the people because you always say the people. See, the things you've taught me. I just want to keep the people informed. We are so excited about what the Lord is doing. And I said this the other day, Jason. It's so easy to get excited about what's happening, but you cannot lose focus that it's for the Lord.
Amen.
And that leads me into my final question as, we've wrapped up now the Anxious for Nothing series. That was wrapped up. And this Sunday is going to be a special Sunday as we literally look at the Great Commission and what the Lord calls us to do.
Exactly right. And I want to encourage you all to come. Several years ago, I had the opportunity to go down to the Philippines, and I did ministry in a little fishing village in the Philippines, in Bolanao, if anybody's familiar with that. Little town there. And a friend of mine that was serving down there helped plant a church in that area. And since then, I think they've planted 3 other churches.
Wow.
And it's just, he is a Philippine national. He's over here, and he has the opportunity to come, and he's going to share what God is doing over there. And by the way, it's moving to hear what God is doing in other places of the world. Most of the Filipinos that live around there live on about $2 a day.
Wow.
And it's amazing to see in that environment. And by the way, $2 a day over there will buy about the same thing you'll buy over here. I mean, it's not like over there you can buy whatever you want to for $2. They literally live on rice and the things that they can catch, fish. It's a sad situation economically, but the joy you see in their worship is amazing. And so I want to encourage everybody to come. We're going to be talking about the Great Commission, and he's going to be sharing what God is doing over there, and it's going to be an opportunity for everyone just to hear what God is doing in a different part of the world. They literally are on the other side of the world from us. When it's day here, it's night there, and vice versa. And it's inspiring to hear. So come and hear. Awesome. 10:45 on Sunday.
Come and be a part. Hey, we love all of you. Thank y'all for being with us today. Big shout out too to Kyle Kreiner coming to hang out in the studio today. Well, we appreciate Kyle. He's always been a big supporter of this program. And he told me one day, Jason, he goes, Rob, you're getting a little negative. You need to lift it back up. And so Kyle helped me. See, everybody helps you. Everybody has a purpose. And so I appreciate him. Appreciate all of you for joining us as well. And Jason, taking time out of your busy day because we got that piano to move, brother. It's going to be great.
Yes.
We'll be back at it tomorrow. Billy Cawthon with us. We'll also have a student from the university coming and talking about an exciting project that they're working on. So make sure that you log back in tomorrow at 7:30. For Jason Bay, I'm Rob Hipp, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. I promise and guarantee that somebody out there today needs you. Until then, good morning, Huntsville, and so long. Thank you, Jason. Fun show today. We'll talk to you later.
All right.